Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from day 35. Today we'll talk about leadership, and as Marshall Goldsmith, my certification from Stakeholder Centered Coaching program, he says that leadership is a contact sport. What does it mean? When a tree falls in a forest, no one hears unless it is notified that there is going to be a tree which will be falling down. For being a leader and also changing your behaviors for good, there has to be two criteria you need to fulfill. One is involvement, second is committing. Involvement means involving people in your process. It is harder to change the perception of your behaviors with the people whom you are interacting, your stakeholders, whom you are working, the people who you are having relationships with, your spouse or children. They have to be involved in the process. How? You'll be notifying them and telling them, I'm going to work on my behaviors to change in these areas. Could be like I'm working on my self-saboteurs because I have dominant saboteur on avoiding, or hyperachiever or stickler. I make and not tell them that I'll be trying to change these behaviors by implementing some strategies, some practices, but please bear with me, help me in this process, and contribute with your reflections about this process. This is one way, is an advertising that you are in the process of changing, but also it is taking the contribution of people who are going to be the people who will be benefiting from this change. So in the end, you will be having much better relationships with your family members, with your friends. As a leader, you will be having much better recognition of your leadership in the organization. Change, committing for change is something that you are doing as a heroic personality. It's not that easy. It's not that comfortable. You have to move out of your comfort zone. Like I have committed for these Facebook Lives for 90 days. And therefore, you plan, write down your actions, and implement them. And the consistency will come with your commitment, how long you are going to do. Let's say I was thankful that I did not stop these Facebook Lives within 30 days because I feel that I'm still learning. I'm in the midway of learning from these experiences. So I'm still committing on it. And it will provide the sustainability. There are quite a lot of trainings, webinars you might have gone to in these workshops. Their impact just lasts a few months, the most. Maybe just weeks, sometimes just a few days, even sometimes just a few hours. In order to sustain anything, you have to commit for it and practice it with daily efforts and expecting the results as a consequence of your commitment. So let's summarize. Involve people and commit for the change. And the best time, if you want to change anything about your behavior, the best time to start is now. Why are you waiting?